Hello, Year 4. Welcome to your flipped classroom for the week beginning the 4th of October 2021. And this flipped classroom is another computing one. We're going to move on to the next stage of our sort of designing of our robot. And last week we were looking at how we can change a costume to change the appearance of our sprite if we click something. This time we're going to be creating new sprites to add to our robot. So when we press buttons on or click these sprites, other things happen as well, just to show you a different way of making something move on your robot. So I'm going to share the screen with you, and hopefully you'll see my screen now. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to move myself up into this. No, maybe I'll move myself down here this week where there's a bit of space so that I'm not blocking your work. So what we're going to do first, I've loaded up my sprites. Okay, I'll quickly just show you how I went about that. So I went to so I went into Scratch. I typed in Scratch on the Google search here. At school, we have access to it on the desktop, but some may not have it, so you can just go here. But we type in Scratch and we go into here, so you can do this at home, and then you click on Create. You can join Scratch if you would like to, but please make sure you have your parents' permission before you sign up to Scratch, because you can share your work with other people on Scratch, which is a great tool to use, but just to be safe, make sure that you've got your parents' permission to do that. That keeps you safe and from harm. But to actually use a program, you don't have to sign up at all. It's free to use. So I can click on Create. And it takes me into Scratch, and it will always come up with this tutorial screen. You can just get rid of this by clicking the X button. Now I saved mine onto my computer last week. So I go to File, I go to Load, I find where I saved it, and here it is. It's called Robots. I double click it, and then my project is now loaded up. And if you can remember what we did last week, our sprite has 2 costumes, or 3 costumes we gave our sprite, didn't we? 1, 2, and 3. So when we go through the code, when I click the sprites, the eyes change color, we wait for 2 seconds, and then they come back. And if I press the space button, it changed its chest to a different color. So I don't want this one anymore. I've decided I don't want it in my design, so I'm going to get rid of it. And I just click on it and drag it over to here, and it disappears. I now don't want that costume anymore, so I can click on that costume, and then I click on the X button, and that gets rid of it. I'm going to keep this costume because I quite like that one. Right, we're now going to go into, now, so here we can change costumes. Now what we're going to do is do something a little bit different. First and foremost, I'm going to create a new sprite. I do this by clicking on this one. There are sprites that you can choose from already made, but you want to make your own. So here we go. I'm going to draw a circle on here, and I'm going to make it a, I'm going to make it a blue color, or maybe, yes, let's make it a yellow color or green. Apologies for that. Where were we? Okay, so we've clicked on our new sprite, and we've created our new sprite. And what we're going to do, we're going to move our sprite there so it looks like a button. Okay. I'm then going to create some more because I want to have maybe 2 more. So what I can do to make it easy, I can duplicate these sprites, and I can change the color of this one to maybe yellow. So I click on the fill one, change it to yellow. I'm going to move that one to there. Then I'm going to duplicate this one, And we're going to change this color to get orange. Orange. Excellent. And then over here, I can then put it there. So now it looks like we've got 3 buttons and we've got 4 sprites. So we can now go back to our codes. So on our sprite here, our code is when we click the sprite, the eyes change color. Well, it's supposed to change color. There we go. So now when I click on this sprite, I'm going to give this a different code. Okay, so we start off with the event, and I'm going to say when we click this sprite, our robot is going to say hello for 5 seconds or 5 seconds. Hello, let's say hello, my name is Robotron 2021. Okay, let's see if that works. We click on this sprite. Hello, my name is Robotron 2021. Now stay up there for 5 seconds and then it will go away. So that's one thing we can do to our sprites, to our robots, and that's for this one. What about this yellow one? Okay, so let's have a look. Go to our events again. Let's go when this sprite is clicked. Okay, let's do something different now. Let's maybe create a sound. Play a sound. Pop, you won't hear this. Play a sound for, and you can actually record your own sound. You can use one here or you can click on record. So if you went to sounds, you can actually, this is the sound that we've got here, but you can actually create your own sounds by clicking on the sound tab and then going along to record. Okay, when you record, you click the record button here, and as you can see, as I'm speaking, you can see this line going up. So that tells me it's picking up my voice. So I can record my voice whilst I'm talking, blah, 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 blah. You can say anything you like, and then you stop recording. You can trim it if you want, if you only want part of it, or you can think. But anyway, you save it, and it's called recording 1. That's what it's called. What I can do here, I can make it a bit louder. I can. You can't hear that. It's really funny. I sound like I'm a little mouse squeaking. So you can make your voice go faster. You can make it go slower. Or in this case, we can turn it into a robot. Okay, so I'm going to keep that one there. So when I now go to here, I don't want it to do the pop. I want it to do my recording, which is called recording 1. So when I press this now, you can't hear that, but my voice is coming out very fast and very much like a robot. And then for the last sprite, we click here. Let's just do, when we click this sprite, we're going to change the background, and we haven't looked at backgrounds yet, but let's just put, we're going to switch to backdrop, to a random backdrop. So when we click it, not working. We need to create some backdrops. So I'm going to choose a backdrop very quickly, which is just down there. This one looks like a good one to use. So, if we click on our backdrops here, we can see the different backdrops that we've got. We've got backdrop 1, which is our original one. Okay, and then if we go to our codes for our sprites, we're going to change to galaxy. So when I click that, we're changed to galaxy. So when I click it, it goes back to galaxy. Okay, so that's basically have a go at it at home. This is what you're going to be doing in lesson. Just to show you in full screen how our sprite now works. Okay, when we click our sprite here, the eyes turn red. Oh, I'm off the screen. The eyes turn red and then go back to yellow. When we click this sprite, it says, my name is Robotron 2021. When we click this one, you can't hear it. Very funny there. And then if you click the orange one, we change our backdrop. So lots of things that you can do on the Scratch if you add different sprites. So last week we looked at costumes. This week we've looked at actually making more sprites so that we can do more things with our robot. Anyway, have a go, test it out. Apologies for the interruption. Come and see me if you know what that interruption was. Let me know so I know that you've watched the video, but apologies for that interruption earlier on. Okay then guys, have a good time playing with it and we'll see you in lessons next week. Bye-bye.